Rayapeddi. I am the Fluency Career Specialist. I am the author and I am the success coach for many professionals and celebrities. So I helped more than 50,000 professionals and celebrities reach their goal of speaking English. My dear friends, my target audience are precisely you. You are all very much successful in your career. You are all educated. You are all well settled in your career. Still, you want to get even more success in your career. You want to reach new heights in your career. And it so happens, most of the times, we feel that we get a kind of feeling that if we are good at English, if we are very fluent in English, we would have reached further new heights in our career. This is one feeling most of the people they get at one stage of their life. So in fact, this is called as a mid-career crisis. My dear friends, let me tell you one simple thing. English is not difficult. English is easy. English is fun. We can easily speak English very fluently and comfortably, confidently, spontaneously, and even very naturally. So here in this session today, I am going to give you the importance of my research-based module. This is called paperless fluency. In this paperless fluency, it is totally different. So most of the times you might have come across the spoken English training centers and English grammar institutions, English training centers, these kind of training centers you might have come across. Whereas my training module is totally unique. It is a research based one. Through this paperless fluency, you need not read and write. That is one unique feature. And you need not translate your thoughts from mother tongue to English. You need not even by heart the grammatical formula. So more importantly, now because of this lockdown, it is difficult for you to attend the classes. Now the difficulty is also not there through this particular online coaching methodology. So through this fluency, paperless fluency technique, you are going to get great success in your career. So how many of you agree with me? You can write in chat box yes. If you feel yes, you can mention it in the chat box yes. Yes, that's good. Good, good. Amazing. That's really great. So, my dear friends, this particular paperless fluency is going to make you even more successful. So, in fact, through this paperless fluency, I trained more than 50,000 professionals reach their career, reach their goals, and reach greater success, great heights in their career. Let me tell something briefly about my background. For your kind information, I am not from English medium. Yes, I am from Telugu medium. I have had my schooling in a very small government schools only. In fact, I was born and brought up in a small town, Kadapa. In fact, I am not from a city background and I did not have schooling in English medium. In my intermediate, I have joined in English medium. Even intermediate also, I was just in English medium only for the sake of medium. That's it. The lecturers were speaking in Telugu and we were students, we were making conversations in Telugu only. And this way it continued. So then what made me fluent? In fact, I joined in a top level MNC company, pharmaceutical company, IPCA IPCA Laboratories. There I underwent a training program, initial basic training program as per the company training. In fact, it was for the first 21 days. That was the turning point in my career. During that particular initial training program, I was the only person from Telugu speaking states, that is Andhra Pradesh, that United Andhra Pradesh by then. And rest of the people are from different parts of the country, different parts of the country with different mother tongues, and none of them have a common language. Most of them, they don't know Hindi, and of course, they don't know Telugu. And for all of us, the medium of communication happens to be English. I was in a crazy situation by then. I was in a peculiar situation. I was able to understand the English language spoken by others. I was able to follow what they are speaking, but I was unable to speak spontaneously. I was trying to speak, I was translating my thoughts, and I was constructing the sentences according to the grammatical formula, what I know, and I was struggling to speak spontaneously. So, this was the turning point in my career. So, for the first time, I realized, oh, speaking English in a natural way is the most important thing. So, from then onwards, my research started. And of course, that training program was for pharmaceutical industry training program. It was for the basic training program of the product training. So that training program went on for 21 days. But my interest towards language proficiency and language learning and fluency in English, it continued. On personal ground, I was continuing that, in fact. So it continued. So in the year 2004, I started a training center with my own research based module. So from since then, there has been no looking back. So this is all about my background, my dear friends. So then let me share about English, why we can't speak English, why we speak our mother tongue fluently. So before that, I would like to ask you, all of you, one question. You can mention it in the comment box, the chat box. So mention your mother tongue. What is your mother tongue? All of you. You can mention it in the chat box. What's your mother tongue? Telugu from Sai Mohan, Vishal Hindi, Sandeep Gupta Telugu, good. Telugu Varaprasad, good, good, good. Tanya Rambabu Telugu, it's nice. So amazing. So most of you are from different Telugu and Hindi and different mother tongues. Urdu from Sara, very good, great. So we have got complete grip over our mother tongue. We can express our thoughts effectively well when it comes to mother tongue. But when it comes to English, we are able to understand. We are able to speak basic English. We are able to communicate in a basic way. But when it comes to the fluency, when it comes to the proficiency, the way we speak our mother tongue, that way we are trying to speak and we are getting continuously some kind of hindrances. What could be the reason? So I made a small research in this regard. So before that, I would like to ask you one more question. So that is, do you know more and more words in your mother tongue, or do you know more and more words in English? Naturally, when I asked this question to thousands of people, all of them invariably they give the same answer. Sir, we are quite comfortable with our mother tongue. We know more and more words in our mother tongue. We can understand and we can speak our mother tongue very well. Well, to a great extent, it is right. But let me shatter today one myth that we are all under the impression that we are quite good at our mother tongue. But in fact, it is not so. Yes, we do not have grip over our mother tongue. Amazing, right? I am sounding crazy, right? Don't worry, I will tell you. In fact, we think that we are good at our mother tongue. No, we do not have grip over our mother tongue. Most of the times we think that we have got knowledge, we have got good knowledge in our mother tongue. No, in fact, we are quite comfortable with English, my dear friends. Sir, what is this? What are you saying? You may ask. Let me tell you, if you just imagine anything, any room, for example, your kitchen, let us imagine. In your kitchen, what do you find if I ask a question? So we will be listing it out: the gas stove, the cylinder, the plate, the spoon, and the kitchen, the sink, and then a mixie, grinder, refrigerator, microwave oven. Like this, we list out. Very well, good. In the same way, if I ask you any question from here to New Delhi, if we have to travel, what are all the modes of transportation we have? Naturally, we tell flight, train, bus, cab, motorcycle, like this various things we tell. Now observe, my dear friends, in the two examples I have given, the first one, the kitchen, and the second one, the modes of transportation. In this, all the words that we used are English words only. None of them are our words from our mother tongue. Now you try. The words which you find, the things which you find in your kitchen or in your drawing room are various things. For example, if you take the computer, in computer, what do you find? Keyboard, monitor, UPS, CPU, various words. All these words are English only. So in this way, our life is filled with English words. We are surrounded by English. Without our knowledge, we are getting more and more familiar with English. Still, we are under the impression that we do not know English. We feel strongly that we are comfortable with our mother tongue only. In fact, it is not so. So, why am I raising this issue? I will tell you. Now, if I ask you a question, now listen to this question carefully, and you need to give the answer in the chat box. I am asking you a question now. Can you speak? I am asking you, can you speak Korean language fluently? Give me the answer in the chat box. Can you speak Korean language? No. Sai Mohan says no. Good. Vishal, no. Good. Amazing. No, no, no. Yes. No, no. You see, we cannot speak Korean language. In the same way, we cannot speak French language. Of course, had you taken up the course in French, you might have been good at French. That's a different thing. But we cannot speak French language. We cannot speak Chinese language. We cannot speak Malayalam. We cannot speak Gujarati. Why? Why am I raising this question? The reason is that why can't we speak in all these languages? The reason is pretty simple. We do not know even a single word in these respective languages, either Korean or Chinese or any other language. If we don't know any words in that particular language, we cannot speak, we cannot communicate in that particular language. Good. Then my next thought is, why are we feel very comfortable with our mother tongue? The reason is pretty simple. We got very good vocabulary in our mother tongue. My very next question again is, you know English very well or you know vocabulary in your mother tongue very well? The answer is again, we know vocabulary in English only very well. We have got greater grip in our English language. We know English words more and more. A while ago, I proved it. If you agree with me, kindly put in the chat box, yes, I know more and more English words. Yes, you can put in the chat box so that I will link the discussion with something new point. Good. 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 So, my dear friends, we are all quite comfortable. We are all quite familiar with English words. So, let me tell you one amazing thing today. In fact, as per the research conducted by the Oxford University, it has been proved that if a person is comfortable with 1,500 words in English language, he can communicate in English fluently. Yes, you have heard me correctly. If a person is comfortable with 1,500 words in English, he can speak English fluently, comfortably, and confidently. Now, a while ago, we have discussed and we have come to the understanding that we are all quite comfortable with English words. We know more and more words in English than that of our mother tongue. Despite that, why are we not fluent in English? What could be the reason? It's an interesting question, right? Now I'm going to give you the screen share. You can observe, and then we will be going ahead with the topic. So are you all able to see the screen, my dear friends?
Yes, sir.
Good. So why can't we speak English fluently? Today I would like to tell you two stories, in fact. One is a crocodile story, pretty interesting, right? So this is a crocodile story I'm talking about. So what is this crocodile story? In fact, in this story, there is a big lake in a particular country. There is a big lake, and one rich man, for fancy sake, he made an announcement. He made an announcement. Are you all getting my voice?
Yes, sir.
Hello, are you all getting my voice?
Yes, sir.
Good, good. You can now. Are you getting my screen, my dear friends?
Yes, sir.
Right. Right. Thank you. So there was a king. There was a country, and in that country there was a lake. And one very rich person, once for fancy sake, he made an announcement that in that lake, from one end to the other end, whoever swims and whoever reaches the other bank, they will be getting a huge reward. Very good. That's fine. There is nothing great about it. But here the catch is that in that lake is filled with deadly crocodiles. Hmm. The lake is filled with deadly crocodiles, and these crocodiles are ready to catch up whoever jumps into the lake. They are ready to catch up. So that is the position. So that's the reason most of the people who have gathered around this particular lake, they were hesitant to jump. Around 20 to 25 young boys have gathered, and they do not know what is the competition. They just got the information that there is a competition at so and so lake. That's the reason they gathered. But when they came to know that this is the competition, they have to cross, they have to swim, and they have to reach the other end of the lake. When they come to know of this competition, they just stopped. They just stopped the thought of jumping into the lake. All of them were standing, and all of them were just simply looking. So time was ticking away. So 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. That way, the time was ticking away, and the rich man was looking at the people. In the meanwhile, one young boy took a jump into that lake. As expected, the crocodiles started chasing him. Then he started swimming fast, and he used all his power, he used all his might, and he started swimming faster than crocodiles. And in this process, he even fought with one crocodile. So this is the way it happened, and finally he reached at the other end of the lake. The rich man came with the reward, and he appreciated this young man, and he asked him, yes, so tell me, how do you feel after this win? Then that young man said only one thing: oh my dear friend, I'm not interested in this check, I'm not interested in this prize. I just wanted to know one thing: who pushed me into the lake? It's a old joke, you know. So he just wanted to ask, who pushed me into the lake? It means what? He did not take the jump on his own. Somebody pushed him into the lake. It's a pretty old joke, of course. But through this, we can learn some interesting things today, my dear friends. So my questions are very simple. I'm going to ask you three questions. So for the third question, I expect answers from each of you. The first question is what? This man, does he know how to swim, or doesn't he know how to swim? The answer is pretty simple. He knows how to swim. Then my second question is, did he take the jump on his own, or somebody pushed him? My second question is pretty simple. Did he take the jump on his own, or somebody pushed him? The answer again is pretty simple, obvious. Somebody pushed him into the lake. So here there are two things. One, he knows how to swim. Second, even though he knows how to swim, he did not take the jump on his own. It took somebody to push him into the lake. Now, my third question, for which I expect answers from each of you in the chat box. He knows swimming, but he did not take the jump on his own. Why? Why he did not take the jump on his own? Fear. Good. Fear. Yes, all of you can give me the answers. Why he did not take the jump on his own? Fear is one of the reasons. Very good. Yes, my dear friends, come on, give me the answers. Lack of confidence. Fantastic. Varaprasad. Fear and lack of confidence. Any further answers, my dear friends? He is afraid and he doesn't know his ability. Wow, very good. Wonderful, Sandeep. Vishal, risk. He does not want to take risk. Vishal wants to say that. Wow, very good. Great. Fear. Maruti, everyone. Very good. Fear. Fear. Krishna Sadhu. Fear. Very good, my dear friends. Now, here, I would like to share my thoughts with you. You are all right, pretty right. You see, so it is fear, one thing. The reasons are here: lack of self-confidence, lack of self-esteem, lack of goal, peer pressure, conditioning of the mind, and fear of failure. Most of us have identified the reasons correctly. Fear of failure and lack of self-confidence we have identified. Now, these are all some of the reasons. So, lack of self-esteem. So, self-confidence is what? The lack of knowledge about our own ability. For example, if I have to ride a motorcycle, I know that I can ride a motorcycle. If I have to do something, if I know that I can do that, then that is my confidence. But the second one, lack of self-esteem. This is a very powerful thing which is driving our life, in fact. Self-esteem means the way we estimate about our own image, our own mental image about ourselves. So most of the times we underestimate ourselves. We feel that, hey, come on, I am from Telugu medium. I cannot. These all the reasons, my dear friends. This is a crocodile story I told you a while ago. This crocodile story is all about our speaking English skills, in fact. So I am correlating this speaking English. Why do we fear to speak English? And why that boy did not take the jump on his own are one and the same. These reasons are for us. These reasons are for our inability to speak English. Why can't we speak English? These are the reasons. Lack of self-confidence, lack of self-esteem, fear of failure, conditioning of the mind, lack of goal, and peer pressure. I will explain all these things one by one, my dear friends. Lack of self-confidence. It is that, you see, for the past half an hour, I am speaking English and you are all able to communicate in English. So there is no need to have lack of self-confidence, my dear friends. You are capable. You can speak English, and if you follow the step-by-step approach that I am going to give you in my course, for sure, you are all going to speak English pretty well. And in fact, I tell you, I am from Telugu medium. I am from rural background. When a person of my caliber, when I am able to speak, why can't you? Definitely, you can speak. And the second reason that I am telling is a lack of self-esteem. Self-esteem, as I told you, we underestimate ourselves. We think most of the times, hey, come on, I am from rural background. Hey, come on, I am from regional medium background. I am from Hindi medium. I am from Telugu medium. I am from Urdu medium. That way, we underestimate ourselves. And most of the times, this is also one of the reasons, that is a lack of goal. So, if you have a specific goal in life, then definitely you would have identified, yes, need of English, fluency in English is also needed. Now, why we are feeling the need? The reason is that now you have got a goal in life. That is the reason you have identified this lack of goal. Then comes peer pressure. So peer pressure means friends. Most of the times we live our life not for ourselves. We live life for our friends. So we purchase a smartphone, for example. The next day our friend purchases OnePlus phone. Oh my God, OnePlus is better phone. I too need to buy OnePlus. Then other day another friend comes with an Apple phone, then we too are forced to go and buy an Apple phone. More or less same is the case with our ability to speak English. This friends circle influence our thoughts in a positive way and sometimes even in a negative way also. These friends sometimes they say that, hey, come on, you cannot speak English. Hey, why should you speak English? This way they are putting some sort of effect on our thought process. That is also one of the reasons. And my dear friends, conditioning of the mind. So it is, what is this conditioning? In the next story I'm going to tell you. And fear of failure. Most of the times we feel that if I speak English, I may make some errors, I may commit some grammatical mistakes, and people may laugh at my mistakes. My dear friends, let me tell you one thing very clearly. English is not our mother tongue. We are not born with English. We have got every right to make mistakes. Yes, we have got every right to make mistakes, but I am putting a condition here after. Now, you should have an able guru, able trainer, able coach, able mentor. And under his guidance, you keep speaking and make a mistake and learn from your mistake and don't repeat the same mistake. Keep making newer and newer mistakes and keep learning. This is the process of the true learning. Never have a fear for failure. So, why we cannot speak English? These are the primary reasons, my dear friends. Apart from that, there are some more scientific reasons which I am going to tell you in the coming slides. So now, if you agree with me, kindly put in the message box bulb on. Mention that bulb on. We got a clarity. So kindly mention in the chat box that we have got the clarity. Bulb on. Kindly mention it. So I'm looking for your comments. Yeah, good, good. Amazing, amazing. So, my dear friends, so we have got the ability, we got the ability to speak English. You can speak English. Why do you fear? There is nothing, there is nothing to stop. There is nothing to fear. There is no need for us to get stuck. In fact, we are, we are able to speak English. Let me tell you some more things today. In fact, in the world, we feel that English speaking people are their maximum in America or in other countries. No, in fact, the maximum number of English speaking people are there in India. Yes, in fact, now the world is looking at us. Now, under this corona pandemic effect, India has got a bright future. So, there are already wonderful assets for us. India has got maximum number of well educated qualified youth, and India has got the people who are technically skilled, and India is now opening its gates for the industry. More and more companies are going to start their factories and outlets in India. Now, under these circumstances, the English speaking youth have got a brighter chances for better job opportunities. So you are already okay with English. You are already good at English. You are in the right direction. Now, what is stopping you from speaking English effectively is none other than you are stopping yourself. Yes, I repeat, you are stopping yourself. No need to have fear, my dear friends. Keep speaking better. Step by step, you are going to get better English under the able guide, able mentor, and able coach like me. In fact, for sure, you are going to get greater success. Now, I'm going to tell you one more story, and after that, we will be discussing various other things today. So, this is a story of an elephant, which I'm going to tell you. Of course, elephant means the recent tragedy in Kerala. It comes to my mind, in fact. So, this particular story of elephant is you might have seen elephant somewhere in a temple or in circus or somewhere. Elephant, most of you might have seen, right? So, if you closely observe, these elephants are tied with a very, very thin rope. That's it. This rope can be easily cut by the elephant if it thinks. Elephant is a mighty animal. Elephant is a powerful animal. If it just thinks to cut it easily, it can get cut. But still, the elephant is standing there only. Elephant is not moving away. Elephant is not going away. What could be the reason? The reason is pretty simple. The elephant thinks that that rope is very, very strong. It cannot be broken. It cannot be cut. That is the way it has conditioned its mind. Why does it happen? Because when the elephant is pretty young, at the time of young age, the elephant does not have the sufficient power, sufficient energy to break the chain. That could be the reason the elephant might have tried several times during its young age. It might have tried, and finally it might have come to the conclusion that yes, this rope cannot be broken. This rope cannot be cut. I have to live my life this way only. So that is what called conditioning of the mind. Precisely, my dear friends, this might have happened with us also. When it comes to English, in our early age, we might have tried to speak English effectively. We might have made an effort to speak English, but our friends might have laughed at us. Our teachers might have found various mistakes in our English. Because of this, unfortunately, we have come to the conclusion that English is difficult. It is not possible for me to speak. So this is one of the prime reasons why we are not able to speak English. In fact, English is pretty easy. English is fun, in fact. And I am going to reveal few more interesting things to you. If you are interested, kindly put it in the chat box that BIO, bring it on. So I am going to give you a few more insights, some more information. So if you are interested, mention it, BIO, bring it on, BIO. Yeah, amazing. Good, good. So this is all about the elephant story. Now, my dear friends, we should start believing in ourselves. We know more and more words in English that already we have proved. And my dear friends, English is easy. English is fun. Now, let us once again quickly recapitulate the reasons why we are not able to speak English. The reasons are lack of self-confidence, lack of self-esteem, lack of goal, peer pressure, conditioning of our mind, and fear of failure. No, no need to fear. We can speak. Now, what are all the don'ts that we have discussed? Now, these are the things which we understand. What are all the things to be cultivated? The first thing, we need to have abundant enthusiasm. If we have enthusiasm, then only we are able to do anything. So to speak English, we need to have great amount of enthusiasm. No need to worry, no need to have fear. You need to have enthusiasm. Yes, I can speak English. English is easy. English is fun. This is the kind of self-affirmations we need to give to ourselves. Second one is confidence. So you must be thinking that confidence we need to have to speak English. No, we need to have confidence to make mistakes, my dear friends. Yes, confidence to make mistakes. Yes, English is not my mother tongue. I have got every right to make mistakes. So that is a kind of confidence you need to have in yourselves. Because you see, without falling down, nobody has ever learned how to ride a motorcycle. And there are everything during the initial stages, we make mistakes in every aspect of life. So while learning drawing, or while learning cooking, while learning singing, so any skill for that matter, speaking English is also a skill, my dear friends. In the process of acquiring the skill, we invariably make mistakes. So for that, we need to have confidence. In English language, there is a word called resilience. Resilience. Resilience means the ability to bounce back. If we throw a ball onto the ground, the ball does not stay there. The ball again bounces back. In the same way, we need to have that ability of resilience. We need to have the confidence to make errors. From our every error, we should be in a position to learn more and more. So in fact, you see, there are some small errors which we do in English, which we make in our English. Because of that, people may laugh. No, hereafter that need not be the situation. So next thing is that vocabulary. For any language as such, the more and more vocabulary if we have, we will be in a position to speak that language effectively. And third, then the next one is the phrases. These phrases are plenty, which are very easy to learn, and where I'm going to guide you through these phrases. So these phrases are fun, and through these phrases, you will be in a position to speak even more effectively. And most important thing, you have to create opportunity to speak. So usually we run away from the opportunities to speak. Rather, we have to create opportunities to speak. For example, we are traveling in a city bus. So we start talking with a person who is sitting by the side of us. In which language do we need to speak? Hey, come on, let us speak only English. The conductor comes to us, and with him also let us speak only English. Come on, give me, sir, one ticket to so and so place. This is the way we have to create opportunities to speak English. So in this regard, I need to tell you, the more effort you make from yourself, the faster and faster you are going to get a grip over English. English is easy and English is fun, my dear friends. And in fact, it is not at all a great fate. It is not at all a great thing. It is a very, very, very easy to speak. And of course, it is a skill. As any skill needs some kind of guided approach. Through my guided approach, you are going to speak English effectively. And these are the do's you need to have. Yeah, that is enthusiasm, confidence, vocabulary, phrases, and you have to create opportunity to speak. So then now let me go to the next thing. So here I am going to talk some very powerful things. LSRW, translation, and acquiring the grammar in a wrong way. These are the things which has affected us very badly in our lowering of our confidence level. What is that? I will tell you, my dear friends. First, let us discuss about the LSRW. So most of you are familiar with this word LSRW. It stands for listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Now, I need to tell you one bitter fact today, that all of us have learned English in the wrong way. We have learned English in the wrong way. That is a scientific reason why we are not able to speak English fluently. So what is that wrong way? Before that, I need to ask you one thing. How did you learn your mother tongue? Just imagine, we started our mother tongue first by listening. All of you, please write in the chat box, listening. L also you can write, either L or listening in the chat box. Yes. Listening, yes. Good. Amazing, amazing, good. So all of us have started learning our mother tongue first by listening. After that, 1.5 years old, when we grew, we started making effort to speak our mother tongue. So first happens listening, and after that we made an effort to speak. Listening happens first, speaking happens next. So during the initial stages of the speaking, a baby might have made some sounds which are funny, like or na, or some funny sounds the baby might have made. Now imagine at that time of situation, the baby got more and more encouragement, more and more motivation, more and more support from the parents. Hey, come on, you are speaking. Wow, amazing. We are very happy that you are making an effort to speak. That is a kind of motivation. That is a kind of support. That is a kind of enthusiastic atmosphere that was prevailed around the baby. Am I right? So in our mother tongue, this was the kind of situation we have got initially. So we started first listening, and after that we started speaking because of the support, because of the encouragement from the parents, from the relatives, from the neighbors, from the friends. All these people have encouraged the baby to speak further and further. And of course, after that, the baby started observing all these positive vibrations, and she started imitating others, and then she picked up the mother tongue. This is the process. This is the way we have learnt our mother tongue. Then, of course, in the 3 years, when the baby reached 3 years old or 5 years old or 6 years old, the baby is being put in a school. During my childhood, once we reach the 6 years old, then we have been put in the school. Nowadays, you know that from the 3 years old only they are putting the babies in school. That's a different thing. So when the baby is being put in a school, in the school, they give the writing and reading. So listening, speaking, reading, and writing. This is a process that went on when it comes to mother tongue. Am I right? So now I would like to bring to your kind notice one very interesting, amazing fact that when it comes to some people, we call them as illiterates. These illiterates, they cannot read and write. Illiterate cannot read and write. So, but an illiterate can speak in his mother tongue effectively. Am I right? So an illiterate is one who cannot read or write, but an illiterate can speak in his mother tongue effectively. So what does it mean? Reading and writing does not have any direct effect or influence on our ability to speak. So reading and writing do not have any effect on our ability to speak. So what is directly related to speaking? Listening is the thing which is directly linked with our speaking. Listening, speaking, reading and writing. This is the way we have learnt our mother tongue. Well, so now let us come to English. How did we learn English? We learned English exactly in the wrong way. We started first with writing, after that reading, then listening, then speaking. So when we joined the school, they started giving us English. First they made us write A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, that way. Then small words they gave us. So writing, then reading, then listening and speaking. Because of this wrong route that has been chosen, we are unable to speak English fluently. Whereas independently, we are all good at all these skills that we are able to listen and understand. We are able to speak to some extent. We are good at writing, we are good at reading, but we do not have the ability to speak spontaneously. Where the things went wrong in our English learning process. So this is not coincidence, my dear friends. This is not coincidence. Macaulay, who introduced the education system, English education system in India, deliberately he made this sort of learning process when it comes to English. His objective was to make Indians mindset as the slaves only. He expected Indians to be good at listening and understand, to be good at reading and writing, but he expected us not to be good speakers. So that we may dominate them. That's the reason this English education system, when it was introduced in India, deliberately they chose this particular wrong method. So unfortunately, still in our education system, the same old methodology is being followed. Because of that, now your generation is also facing the same problem. So we are all able to understand English, we are all able to read English, we are able to write English, and we are able to speak basic English, but we are unable to speak English fluently and spontaneously. The reason is this. So now for this, what is the solution? To be good at spoken language of any language, to be good at speaking, we have to be learning the language in a natural flow technique, NFT, natural flow technique. That is how we learned our mother tongue. That is the way we should learn. So that is the reason in our training methodology we don't follow this conventional method of reading, writing, and translating thoughts from mother tongue to English. To substantiate my thought, I am going to tell you some interesting thing, my dear friends. In this world, there are some languages which do not have the script, like Tulu language or Konkani language, or in our Telangana, Lambada language is there. So this language also does not have the script, but these people are able to communicate. They are able to speak fluently. So, for example, Aishwarya Rai, her mother tongue, it does not have any script. In the same way, Deepika Padukone, the famous heroine, her mother tongue also Konkani or Tulu, I believe. That language does not have the script. So, but are they not able to speak fluently? Yes. So it means what? Reading and writing does not have any effect on our ability to speak fluently. So that's the reason we have to follow a path which is called as NFT, natural flow technique. So that is the way I have created a research based unique paperless fluency, we call. Through this paperless fluency, you will be in a position to enjoy the process of speaking. You will be in a position to enjoy the process of learning, and you can speak English fluently and spontaneously. So if you are fully understood, then kindly write it in the chat box. Bulb on. BULB is on. Bulb on. Kindly mention bulb on. Good, good. Oh, nice. So this is one of the reasons, my dear friends. So why we are not able to speak English fluently? The primary reason is that in our learning process of English, the things went in a wrong way, and it is for the deliberate reasons. In fact, it is a kind of attack, cultural attack on our mindset. In fact, they taught English, but they never expected us to be good at English. So now, in fact, we are going to rule the world. Indians, we are going to rule the world, and this through this particular unique technique of paperless fluency, you are going to speak English fluently, effectively, naturally, spontaneously, and more importantly, comfortably. And for your kind information, I have not prepared all these things. I have not prepared any chart, or I have not prepared any notes. I am speaking spontaneously. I am speaking extempore. So how is it possible? Because I am very clear. I am what you people need. I am clear about it. What I am supposed to give you, I am clear about it. So I am just putting my thoughts straight into English. So over a period of time, that is definitely going to happen with you also. Next thing I am going to tell you is translation. So the biggest handicap for the fluency, the biggest trouble that is going to happen in fluency is that translation method. Let us never translate. We have to speak spontaneously. Then you may ask me a question, sir, why? Why we should not translate? The reason is very simple. You see, there is one thing called syntax. For every language, there's a syntax is there. Fortunately, for our all Indian languages, the syntax is the same. Then next question comes to you, sir, what is the syntax? So for example, in Indian languages, the syntax is subject, object, and verb. If I have to put it in Telugu, ఆమె మామిడి పండు తింటూ ఉన్నది. If I have to say that in Hindi, वो आम खा रही है. Subject, वो, आम, object, खा रही है, verb. ఆమె, subject, మామిడి పండు, object, తింటూ ఉన్నది, verb. So SOV, subject, object, and verb. This is our Indian syntax. So the all Indian languages have got the common syntax, whereas English language has got a different syntax. That is subject, verb, object. Means she is eating a mango. She, subject, is eating is a verb part, and a mango is an objective part. So it has got messed up. So if we translate, if we try to translate, we will never get fluency. So for example, if I have to translate my thoughts from Telugu to English, ఆమె మామిడి పండు తింటూ ఉన్నది. If I have to say, she mango eating, I may say. So most of the people, they make this kind of miserable sentences, I observed. So in the initial stages, my students, when I talk to them, they are well educated. In fact, they are doctors, chartered accountants, lawyers, and this kind of highly celebrated people, they approach me. So they do not have this particular idea. So simply they translate their thoughts from mother tongue to English. So that way it happens that we will get stuck. So that's the reason translation is a biggest handicap. Every language has got its own unique flavor. Every language, for example, a person has to say that he is very hungry. In English, there is a beautiful phrase, hey, my stomach is rumbling, one can say. My stomach is rumbling. Whereas a person who is into translation habit, he may say that, hey, rats are running in my stomach. How come? Rats are running in my stomach? Means నా కడుపులో ఎలకలు పరిగెత్తుతున్నాయి అది చెప్పాలి. He has to say that in true translation, rats are running in my stomach. So it is not English. So that way, the kasam kha raha hai, a beautiful phrase is there in Urdu. Kasam kha raha hai. If he has to translate that into English, he is eating promise, a meaningless sentence. So he is taking the oath of office. So this is the way we have to avoid the habit of translation. Translation will make us very much confused, and translation, the language, English language, if you are using by making use of translation methodology, it confuses the listener also, and ultimately the people who listen to your language, they may laugh at you, and because of that, again, your self-confidence and your self-esteem may get affected. So that is the reason you have to use simple and beautiful phrases. A while ago I told you that my stomach is rumbling, a wonderful phrase. There are number of such phrases. For example, if I have to say that నాకు ఇప్పుడు టీ తాగాలని అనిపిస్తుంది, मुझे चाय पीने के लिए जी चाह रहा है, like that we have to say. We have to say that if we translate that feeling from Telugu to English, at the most we may say that I want to take a cup of tea, I want to drink one cup of tea. This way we may make the sentences. But there are beautiful phrases. Hey, I feel like having a cup of tea. I feel like having a cup of tea. In the same way, there are wonderful phrases like, hey, it's high time. It's high time you need to learn English. In the same way, if I have to say that any woman, she is pregnant, we have to say. Usually we say that she is carrying, she is pregnant, or scientifically people say she is conceived. This is a medical terminology. But none of them are natural English. All these English words and sentences are from translation method only. They have been designed. So what is a natural expression? The people whose mother tongue happens to be English, how do they give that expression? They say that, hey, she's in the family way. So this is also a natural expression. In the same way, if we have to say that, how do you feel today? Sir, I am happy. I'm feeling very happy. I am excited. These are some normal natural expressions. Whereas the people whose mother tongue happens to be English, how do they say, hey, I am on cloud 9. You see, here cloud is also known word, cloud, which is there in the sky. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, that is also known word. But the combination of this cloud 9, that is an expression which is very natural and beautiful expression. So I'm going to give you, I'm going to empower you with this kind of natural expressions through which you are going to speak English naturally, and which is going to elevate even your image in the society. When you are speaking this kind of English, people will get amazed. So let us follow a natural methodology: listening, speaking, reading, writing, LSRW method. Second one, let us avoid translation method. We should never ever translate. Every language has got its unique flavor. We have to follow that unique flavor to get the real stuff of the language. In the same way, my dear friends, another biggest mistake the people do is following grammatical formula as such to form a sentence. So you see, following grammar, is it a mistake? You may ask. No, following grammar is not a mistake. But grammar, where did we learn? We learned grammar in school. Why did we learn grammar? We learned grammar to write. So the sentences which are supposed to be written, that kind of sentences we never use in our language, even in Telugu also. So written language is different and spoken language is different. So that is the reason the spoken language should be followed, should be acquired in a natural method. So these are the important things, and again, there are so many important things which will be discussing with you. My dear friends, I'm going to give you this screen share. So let us avoid LSRW translation method, and we have learned grammar in the wrong way. So what is the right method? To be a good speaker, you need to be good at listening. You need to be good at speaking, listening, speaking, listening, speaking, listening, speaking. This is the only solution for you to be good at fluency. So in our course curriculum, I am going to give you the 4 pillars for success. The first one is language proficiency. Second one is communication skills. Third one is soft skills. And integral part of one's success is the personality development. So these are the things which you are going to get during this particular course curriculum. So all of you in the chat box kindly mention the bulb on. So kindly mention bulb on. Okay. Good, good, good. Good, my dear friends. Now I am going to give you the information about the course which we are going to give you.
What? Only letter చేశారు కదా. ఇప్పుడు letter ఇచ్చేసి మీరు చెప్పినప్పుడు
so I request you, some of you have unmuted, kindly mute the voice, and in another few minutes I am going to take the questions and answers. At that time we can unmute. Now kindly mute yourselves. So in this we are going to give, so my dear friends, are you interested to be a good speaker? So my question is pretty simple. Are you interested to be a good speaker? You can mention yes or no.
Yes.
Good. Good, good, good. Amazing. Fantastic, my dear friends. So to be a good speaker, what does it take? What are all the things that are required? So I am going to give you. So we have designed and developed a wonderful course. The course details I am going to give you.